What's up guys, Robbiie Hampton here, 4th degree black belt in United Tang Soo Do Federation, 1st degree black belt in UpLevel Martial Arts. Today I am bringing you my mobility stretching routine. The difference between your mobility routine versus a flexibility routine. With your mobility routine, we're just getting our joints and our muscles warmed up, while flexibility routine is gonna be working your maximum range of motion. We're gonna do a follow along video, so stay tuned. We're gonna do a nice stretch all the way up. Make yourself like a tree, stretch, stretch, stretch. This is a good first one to start with. This is like right out of the bed, and you just wake up. And then from here, since we've gone vertical, now you wanna do horizontal. So you put your legs and your arms out, pretend like somebody's pulling you to either side. Number 2, we're gonna do torso twists. So from right here, leave your hips where they are and everything lower, and just twist side to side, nice and slow. You want to be targeting more of your back. Hands on your hips. We're going to roll our neck around side to side. If you have any problems with kind of your upper spine, feel free to stop at each shoulder. So you can kind of come up here and stop. You can roll back and forth. If not, you can roll all the way around. We'll do about 4 or 5 rolls. The other side. Good. And then you want to grab opposite side and pull toward your left shoulder. Whatever arm, just grab. Nice and light, not too hard. And kind of move your head a little bit up and down. Side. Okay, now we're on to shoulder circles. So what I like to do first is do both shoulders and try to keep my hands as close to my body as I can, moving backward. Do a few this way. And then go backward. After you've done both arms, just do one arm at a time now, and you'll be able to get a little closer since both shoulder blades aren't pushing each other in the back. Doing both backward and doing both forward. I usually stick between 5 and 10 reps of these. Good. And this one flows right into the next one. After we do our shoulder circles, since we did this motion, the circumduction motion, we're going to go back and forth now. So you go forward, and back. You can cross your arms on different sides each time. Arm scissors. Again, do about 5 to 10 of those. Next one we're gonna be working on after those arm scissors is gonna be arm twists. So how I like to do this one first is I put both arms out, a little bit of bend in the elbow, not too much, and you wanna come and twist out, under, out, and under. And I like doing this with a straight arm first, and then I'll bend a little bit, and I'll come in this way. So it's almost like I'm blocking. So we'll come to those outside blocks and those low blocks for you martial artists. And if you go a little faster with it, kind of pop, you can kind of get your shoulder and your elbow to pop. So now that we've done our shoulders, we're gonna go to our wrists and our forearms. So you can actually do this one standing up. You're gonna put your hands together, and you're gonna try to bring your elbows up while keeping your palms together. And depending on which hand you need it more, you can kind of push on one by one. And then you can kind of come here, put your wrist, your fingers pointing down, push against it with both sides. And what I like to do is I'll grab with my opposite hand and just kind of squeeze my wrist a few times. Both sides, a little bit of compression, and circle them to finish. Boom. Next one we're gonna be doing, work kind of the hips and the torso. So hands on the hips, leave the feet staggered kind of where they're at. Hands on the hips, you're gonna go all the way around. You should feel it in your hips and your hamstrings as you come forward. Both sides, again, that kind of 5 to 10 rep number is usually good. And then once you've gone around both sides, you're gonna take one hand, reach across, and push your hip in, stretch the other way. And that's what we have for kind of the torso part, and now we're gonna be working down to our legs. So from right here, we're gonna reach all the way up, and we're gonna lean forward. Now as we lean, we wanna try to keep our back straight as far as we can. And once you get to your max point, then you kind of let your back curl. So it's okay if you kind of want to reach here, reach maybe toes, down to a nice hamstring stretch. Now what I like to do from right here is I'll bend both my knees a little bit, kind of stretch there, and I'll alternate now. So I'll straighten out my left leg while keeping my right leg bent, and then I'll feel it in the back here on my left leg. Then I'll switch to my right. I'll go back and forth every couple seconds. And then I'll walk both, stretch one more good time. Now from right here, you're gonna separate your feet a little bit, have your hands out, and you're gonna slowly walk yourself forward to this position. You can see downward dog. And then your hips forward. So you're gonna drop our knees to the ground, if you haven't done so already. I bring them in a little bit, and from right here, your knees and your hands are gonna stay where they are, but you're just going to bend down here. And what I like to do from here, head down, and walk your fingers forward. You can actually put your head on the ground. And this is your child's pose for if you're into yoga. And I like to do this when I kind of lean back and forth. And then if you want an additional stretch from that scapular region, you can take one of your hands, shoot it underneath and through, and actually lean to that side. Back up, and the other one, lean to that side. From right here, we're going to take a knee. I'll show you with this one, so it's to face you. First thing we're gonna do is we wanna focus on our hip flexor. So we're going to take this position and we're going to lean forward. If you do this correctly, you should feel it, like I said, in your hip flexor. Here for a couple of seconds. From right here, you're going to leave your knee and your heel where they are. You're just going to rock back, straighten that leg, pull your toes up, and bow to that leg. This is your focused hamstring. You should feel it underneath your knee. Listen for a couple seconds. Right here, fold that leg in front of you. And you can actually be in front. Straighten that leg out behind you. From right here, you want to kind of push your hips down into the ground a little bit so you feel it in your back glute, or your right glute, since our right leg is forward. Right here, go ahead and take a seat. Bring in your back leg a little bit, front leg in, so it looks like two 90-degree angles. And you're going to turn away. And this one you should focus on your quads being stretched. A little bit of the other side, take a knee, the other side, rock forward, focusing on that hip flexor stretch. Here. Again, leave your knee and heel where they are. Rock back, bring those toes up, bow forward. You can feel it underneath your knee again. Right here, go ahead and fold that leg in front of you. Straighten that back leg behind you. Push down, you should feel it in your left glute now. Here, sit down, curl the back leg a little bit, have a kind of 90-degree angle, both of them, twist away. And the last one was going to engage more of those hip joints from right here. I don't have very flexible hips. This is one that I struggle with. But you're going to take one knee, move it in while the other one either can go out a little bit or leave it straight in. And you should feel it kind of in that hip joint. In, and alternate, boom. Down. And as you get better, you can do both at the same time. So both at the same time right now, that's kind of the best I got. So as I work a little bit better on these though, I should be able to open up my hips a little more. Cool. So now that we've done kind of working our way from our torso to our hips and kind of those upper legs, now we're gonna go down to our ankles and our calves. So the first one we're gonna do from right here, we're gonna do a right ankle first. Take your left foot, step across, go onto the side of your foot, and you should feel it on the outside of your ankle. So I do this one to the outside. What you can do is you wanna get every point of rotation around the ankle. So then you're gonna slowly walk yourself out until your ankle is now in this position. And then you kind of turn your hips until you get it on the other side. And you want to hold or push that down. So now you're getting the inside of your ankle. And the last one, we try to pull it toward yourself. And then, since you've done all of those without a lot of weight on them, now we're gonna go on top. We're gonna just kind of compress. So a little bit of weight on your opposite leg. If not any, you can balance. Just kind of keep a little bit of pressure on it. Get those ankles warmed up, especially if you're doing a lot of tricks, a lot of flips, kicking, whatever you're doing. You gotta have your ankles solid. And then, the very last thing on that ankle is just to rotate it. So now we do the same to the other side. So again, my left foot here, we're gonna step across on the outside of that ankle. Good. And then we're gonna rotate until it's the top of the ankle. Continue to rotate towards the inside of the ankle. Continue to rotate. Bottom. You should feel more in the calf now. And shift your weight forward. Hopefully on that ankle. And just circle it around when you're done. From right here, we just did all 4 angles on our ankle stretch. So we're gonna do a focused version of this now. We're gonna go down, both legs out, doesn't matter which leg you start with. I'll start with my left, bend it up here. One hand is going to grab, and the other hand is going to grab underneath your foot and circle the ankle around. While I'm doing this, I'm applying pressure and I'm kind of pushing as well. Really open up that joint. So I go all the way around. I kind of push up, pull it down, pull toward me, push away. So you want to do all 4 directions we did earlier while we were standing. With this version, you can apply more pressure as you need it. What's good about this is a good check to see what part of your ankle is either hurting or what part needs more flexibility or mobility. So that helps with that. Now we'll go to the other one. Again, grab with the same arm that the leg is out. The other hand grabs underneath. You should circle around. A little bit one way, circle the other way. And while I'm applying a good amount of pressure while I'm doing this, grabs in, hold, pull forward, push away, and maybe circle your feet once you're done. Open those ankles up. After we've done our ankles, it's gonna be opening the gates with our hips one more time. So we gave a little bit of space between doing those internal, external rotation hip exercises now into open the gates, which is a little more dynamic than static. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna chamber that knee up and you're gonna bring it out and then down, out and down. So I usually do about 5 of those. So 4, 5, and now from the back, do that in reverse. In across, in across. And actually I'm hearing and feeling my hip kind of pop each time. Now we're gonna do the left side. 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, now you go out to in. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Good. So now what we're going to be doing is our alternating lunges, alternating side lunges. And what's good about that, again, it's a dynamic stretch. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to spread your feet out a little bit here, and you're going to lean to one side, down. And if you can, try not to like lean completely forward. You want to have your hips in line with your shoulders. So it's here, and then you want to go to the other side. Boom. Boom. So I actually feel this one kind of in the groin inguinal area, which is where you should be feeling it. Especially martial artists, you're going into those deeper stances and those higher kicks. You want to make sure this is strong, stretched out. Boom. Good. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and sticking with me throughout the stretching routine. So like I said, this is the mobility routine. This is going to get you warmed up. So now you can get into your exercise. It was a little longer throughout this video because I was teaching it and I was instructing. As you get the hang of it, I've been able to do this within 5 or 10 minutes. You know, wake up in the morning, get all these stretches done, boom, you're ready for your day, even before a workout, so whatever it is. Thanks again for watching. I plan to make some more videos in the future, so please like, subscribe, tell your friends, share on Facebook, Instagram, wherever it needs to be. I'm Robbiie Hampton, and thank you for watching.